lose a couple, more than a couple. But right now it's 4-3 Nationals, top 8. So we'll see what happens. And again, in D.C. But moving on to other scores, huge win for the Indians as they complete their 4-game sweep of the Astros as they win 9-2 today. Middle of the 6th inning, huge for the Cardinals as well. They're down 3-4 to the Brewers. White Sox get a win over the Tigers 6-3. Mets over the Phillies 4-3. Red Sox finish their Fenway slate with a win over the Jays, the Blue Jays exactly, 5-2. Cincinnati Reds get a huge win over the Pittsburgh Pirates as they force a tie for the wild card spot right now as the Reds win 11-3. Rays win over the Orioles in a huge game for both the Rays and the Orioles 3-1. Rays are solidifying themselves as one of the 2 wild card contenders, while the Orioles' postseason chances are definitely slipping away. Earlier in the day, the Marlins and the Nationals did play, and they lost 4-2, which means the Braves and the Cardinals clinched their division, at least clinched playoff spots, at the very least. Final in 10, the Royals blank the Rangers off a grand slam. That's unbelievable. From Justin Maxwell in the bottom of the 10th inning. And the Rangers, again, huge implications. Royals have jumped over other teams in the wild card standings to just be 3.5 games back. They're still in it. The Kansas City Royals, mind you, a team that really hasn't done well in the last couple seasons. That's unbelievable. The Braves get by the Cubs as they clinch the NL East title, actually, 5-2. The Seattle Mariners defeat the Angels 3-2. The Dodgers beat the Padres 1-0. The Athletics, a team who has been considered Moneyball for many years, win the AL West again. And as they defeat the Twins 11-7, and the Diamondbacks defeat the Rockies 13-9. And obviously the game that I do want to talk about, the Giants won over the Yankees 2-1, is the ceremony for Mariano Rivera. Again, I'm trying to give an objective perspective, again, because most of you know I am a fan. And looking at the ceremony, I thought it was fantastic. Again, it was a 50-minute ceremony where, again, this is the last game in Yankee Stadium for both Mariano Rivera and Andy Pettitte, who announced earlier this week that he's going to retire at the end of this year. At least Pettitte for the second time. We'll start off with Pettitte. I think for the most part, he's meant a lot to the success for the Yankees. Obviously, one thing looming over him in his career is the use of PEDs. And obviously, he said that he came out and admitted it. I think that was one thing. Again, he got caught in the Mitchell report, but he admitted to it. And no one talked about it anymore, really. No one really brings it up with Andy Pettitte. But everyone has it in the back of their heads. Is he a Hall of Famer? Probably not. I mean, granted, he has the most postseason wins in baseball history with 19. And he doesn't have a losing season. And he's been in the majors for a really long time, I think 18 seasons. But when it comes to the actual numbers like ERA and wins, really they don't compare to other players, and I really don't think he's Hall of Famer. He's just borderline outside looking in. Now, moving on to Mariano Rivera. What he's done for the Yankees since 1996. It's a really long time. Has been absolutely phenomenal. More saves than any other pitcher in baseball history by a lot. He brought the team of New York many rings, and he was a class act. I think that's one thing that most people remember him by. Again, if you heard the speech that he gave, it probably goes up there in the top 5 of Yankees of all time. And I compared it a little bit to Joe DiMaggio, granted. Actually, Lou Gehrig. And it's absolutely phenomenal to see that in my lifetime, I've seen one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Like, I think legitimately one of the top 50 baseball players of all time. And granted, everyone's probably going to rip at me. Sam, he's only a reliever. But look, what he's done for the Yankees has been unprecedented. How many pitchers, how many relief pitchers can you say have been in this business and stayed in the closer role, one of the most difficult positions in sports, for as long as he has, and been as successful as he has? Yes, he blew the one game in Arizona for the World Series in Game 7. That's it. Other than that, his postseason ERA is under 1. That's outstanding. That is absolutely outstanding by anyone's standards. And what he's done in the regular season has been even more phenomenal. Now, again, the Yankees lost 2-1. So now they're 4 back of the wild card. Do I think they have a chance? Barely. Yeah. It's really, really slim. It's about at 1% that they can get in the playoffs. But, again, they have to win all their games, in my opinion. And that's going to be really tough. But overall, I think this was a good, if you watch the ceremony, I think it was one to remember. Again, some people think, and I had a friend comment this with me. He said that the retirement of his number was a little, premature. But, in my opinion, I think it was great. I think it was a nice way to send off number 42. And granted, he's the last person to wear that number 42. Famously worn by Jackie Robinson. He's the last player ever that will ever wear it in baseball. That puts things in a really good perspective. All right, we're going to take a short break, but right after the break, we're talking about some soccer and the Manchester derby that was Manchester City against Manchester United. And what a game that was to watch if you're a soccer fan. And what that puts in perspective moving forward for these two teams. You're listening to the Spicy Sports Show with Sam Cerrone on Spreaker Radio.
Nobody here knocking at my door. The sound of silence, I can't take anymore. Nobody ringing my telephone now. Oh, how I miss such a beautiful sound. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Without your love, without you, I drown. Somebody save me, I'm going down. And I don't even know how I survive. I won't make it to the shore without your light. No, I don't even know if I'm alive. without you now. This is what it feels like.
Welcome back to the Spicy Sports Show with Sam Stern on Spreaker Radio, coming to you live from Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. You can tweet at me at Seron00, SCERON00. Yes, I do sound a little bit nasally. I'm still under the weather, recovering from a really rough weekend of sickness. It's been pretty awful, but I'm getting through it. Taking meds and drinking my milk. That helps a lot. All right, going down to my last subject of the day. Huge game at Etihad Stadium in Manchester, England again. You're either a red or a blue. You're either a Manchester City guy or woman, or you're a fan of Manchester United. And what happened with Manchester City was incredible. 4-1 win over Manchester United, with the biggest win ever, at least since 2004. The biggest loss for United at the Etihad Stadium since 2004. It was a blowout from the beginning of the second half, really. Sergio Aguero started off the scoring in the 16th minute, with Yaya Toure scoring right before the half. Excuse me. And then you think that new manager for Manchester United, David Moyes, would make adjustments, and he tried. But Aguero, 2 minutes after the second half started, scored his second of the day. And not even 3 minutes after that, Samir Nasri, the Frenchman, scored the last goal. And honestly, they could have scored more. And then Wayne Rooney, scores in the 87th minute to salvage what already was a losing effort for Manchester United. Both teams had new coaches. Again, Manchester United with new manager, David Moyes, and Manchester City under Manuel Pellegrini, coming over from Malaga in Spain. Again, a lot of questions with City early, but they've been answering them as of recent memory. And Manchester United, a lot of questions early, especially offensively. I mean, Wayne Rooney, he scored, but Robin Van Persie was out. Really, they didn't have a lot of fantastic players. I mean, Ashley Young was okay. Valencia was okay. But really, a lot of them disappeared late in the game. The only substitution in the game was that when Ashley Young came on for Tom Cleverley. And Fellaini, the new acquisition for Manchester United coming over from Everton, really was not that great. I mean, I feel like he played a little bit out of position, which is odd considering the fact that he used to play at Everton where David Moyes was coach. So it's interesting, definitely. But if you're a Manchester City fan, I'm sure you are bleeding blue tonight. You are enjoying your night while Manchester United, again, scratching their heads. A lot of questions for them. Now, moving on to my last topic of the night, and for a while. Like I said, I don't really idolize athletes because I don't expect them to be role models. Money changes people. Don't get me wrong. You grow up in a nice home and you grow up with a great family. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that all athletes shouldn't be idolized. Some are great. But really a lot of them, who can you really idolize, in my opinion? I don't really see them as role models. If you're going to find a role model, policeman, fireman, someone that really